Welcome to Rumday Night Football with the Rumboyz Fantasy Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. Hang on, I gotta adjust something really quick because I got like a wire tangled up underneath me. There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Hell no, hell yeah. I'm first. What's good? Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe here to the YouTube channel. Rumday Night Football begins now. Tonight's going to be an interesting one. Brady and the Bucks still kind of in a divisional matchup, still kind of like could come out on top here. That things are still looking pretty heavily in their favor. Cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do? Dilly, really quick. I can't believe I didn't even have this on. Want to shout out our sponsors over at GLD. That's right, GLD promo code GLDG Rum. You'll see it here pop up on the bottom. My bad. Promo code GLDG Rum. Get on over there. Ice out your neck with your favorite sports team. Use our promo code. Right now, we got 50% off happening over there on the site. Use our promo code. Give the Rumboyz credit for your purchase over there. And look fresh this holiday season, in all honesty. Look fresh. Ice out your favorite team. Throw some diamonds up in that logo. You know, and all of our jewelry is like super affordable. For all your daily fantasy player prop needs, get on over to Monkey Knife Fight. Promo code Rumboyz, instant match on your very first deposit, all the way up to $100. And also, I want to shout out our homies over at All 22. Promo code Rumboyz for 40% off the subscription price. Get exclusive coaches breakdown, films, and much more with our All 22 subscription powered by Pro Football Focus. You can also check out Champions Round for our daily dozen. You got a new Twitter? Hell no, hell yeah. That's what's good. Make sure you give me a follow. Throw me a follow on that thing. All right. Bucks, Saints tonight. Right now, Bucks are the favorite in this one. There's really kind of a couple of ways that we can look at this game. One, be it that Andy Dalton is completely trash, right? There's no what the fuck. There's no one Andy Dalton I trust. I don't believe that they're going to be able to best the Bucks in this matchup tonight. I see this being Godwin has been on fire lately. Godwin has really been coming along and being the receiver that we wanted him to be and that we knew that he could be this season, that you went out there and you drafted, to really go out there and get you a fantasy football championship. I know that Mike Evans has kind of have the last two games been silent, but this is a team that Mike Evans absolutely bullies. So look for Mike Evans to have a big night tonight. I have both Evans and Rachaad White anytime touchdowns. I know that Fournette is gonna be in the fold, and Fournette's at a plus 200 for anytime touchdowns. But I'm more so buying into the fact that even before Fournette went down, it kind of seemed like the touches were going Fournette's way, and Fournette was becoming the leader in that backfield. I know that it's like, well, playoffs are approaching, and what about playoff Lenny? And that whole narrative, there's definitely something to that, but I'm not. That's not the angle that I'm taking. I think that they've been trying. They've this team once before had Rojo, and then the drafting of Keyshawn Vaughn and how much hype that they have been trying to get into a position with a younger running back that can be fruitful for them. And I think that they're learning that Rachaad White's going to be able to be that guy with them, be that guy for them with a little bit of Fournette sprinkled here and there. So I still fully expect Rachaad White to just 100% be the guy for that backfield for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight. And then also moving forward as this team tries to put things together to close up the NFC South and be able to seal that up and get themselves a playoff berth. I have Brady under 304 passing on the parlay card. I don't know if you guys saw that. I do have Brady over 304. I can actually just like go into the card really quick and read it off to you guys. 1 second here, because I just posted it. I just posted that joint for you guys. 1 second. And you can go in the Discord and you can look at it, and you can see the SGP and see what we're working with tonight. Matt says I've got Brait over 19. Oh, that's doable within a pass. A pass for over 20 to Brait. Boom. You can get that within one. Maybe two. Landry TD, Bucks money line 20 for 4 hundo. I like that. That Landry TD scares the shit out of me. Landry a TD in Florida last 9 out of 10 games. That is a very interesting stat. It's like every time this man just heads down to the state of Florida, no matter the team, in the last 9 out of 10 games, he just gets a fucking touchdown. I like that. That's a little interesting twist, a little interesting narrative. Albert, what is good? On my parlay card, Tampa Bay Buccaneers money line, Mike Evans anytime TD, Rachaad White anytime TD, Brady under 304.5, Rachaad White over 40 rushing yards, Chris Godwin over 54.5 receiving yards, Devin White to record a sack, 4 total sacks in this game between both defenses. 8-leg parlay. My SGPs, I don't throw a whole lot of money on SGPs. If I threw a whole lot of money on SGPs, I'd be fucked. I only threw $1, but $1 wins 66. So I'm like, fuck it. Like that's a good little gain for in my eyes. Robbie, I think I lost Lamar. Dude, so tragic. Yeah. So looks like Lamar, could be down for some time. Do I scoop Huntley or someone like Carr? If Carr's available, you would go with Carr. The Raiders seem to believe that they can like string some shit together and turn this thing around, which is complete horse shit. But the Raiders do wholeheartedly feel that like they could turn it around. Ravens still going to the AFC Championship game, by the way. I didn't even think, even with Lamar, they were going to make it that far. Even with Lamar, they're not going to. Like in the AFC, like we really got to start talking about like, is Cincinnati about to do this again? Excuse me, like they beat the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have not won in the city of Cincinnati since 1984. You played Cincinnati in Cincinnati last year, and it was Cincinnati beating you in the regular season that gave them the home field advantage. Like it's that's. I feel like we really got to start having that conversation again. I think that's a conversation to be had. Yeah, there's some teams in the AFC, straight up dogs in that conference. Some names I'm seeing are Carr, Daniel Jones, Tannehill, Huntley, Russ. Definitely not Russ. Nope. I would probably go Carr, Tannehill, Jones, Huntley. Carr and Devontae are looking like they got that old thing back. It's looking like that Raiders team is being the Raiders that we thought and what we expect them to be is like what they're starting to be. I mean, even if you look in their losses, they've always kind of kept things close. It's an offense that can put up points. Things are starting to click at a really weird time. And you could, what could happen for you in fantasy football is like maybe the Raiders put together enough and string together enough to where it's like, hey, like maybe they are fighting for a wild card. You know, different scenarios happen, and they feel like we can actually go out there and we can do something. And after having a really fucking shitty start, maybe they're thinking that they could go out there and get something done and do something. So with that being said and stated, I would probably go Carr because no matter what, that team is still playing and they're still playing as if they have something to play for at the given moment. I might have to drop Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams probably wasn't going to do a whole lot for you in the first place. I'm just going to be completely honest. Jameson Williams probably wasn't going to do a whole hell of a lot for you. Like that's Amon-Ra's offense. I mean, they're figuring so much out still in Detroit. Like, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about about hanging on to James Williams. I'd be willing to make that drop. Bills are back on top. Bills Mafia. The Bills are back on top. And could have a pretty nice show at rest of the season. I feel like. Yeah, he'll ball out next season. He'll ball out next season. We are rocking with the Bucks tonight. We're rocking with the Bucks, Aiden. You can make up for the Bruins begging fucking bums. Yeah, what you took Bruins over Vegas, bro? What? I don't think I'm ever betting against Golden Knights. Like I don't think I've bet against the Golden Knights like once all year. Yeah, I don't think I'm not betting against Golden Knights. It's time for my team to get serious. I mean, real serious from now till February. Yeah, you guys already are though. You guys already are. You guys are doing all the right things. It's just a matter of wins. That's it. It's just a matter of wins. Matt saying same. Both of y'all. Matt, what's your team? What's your team again? Oh, you say you're a Ravens fan. Ouch! Shit, that itches. Ow. Want to go over to SGP again before I get into a couple of other topics that I want to discuss. Just because I see a couple of people still getting in, just now getting in here. Bucks money line: Mike Evans anytime TD, Rachaad White anytime TD. 4 total sacks between both defenses. 1 sack from Devin White. Over 54.5 receiving yards for Godwin. Over 39.5 rushing yards for Rachaad White. Under 304.5 passing yards for Brady. I know. That's why I didn't play that game tonight. If you look at my card, that I dropped in the Discord, I did not play that game tonight. I was like, fuck that. I was like, because I felt like it could have gone either way. But more than likely, I would have always played Vegas. Like it's just a habit. You guys see my cards. Yeah, that's right. You're a Texas fan, but you're rooting for the Ravens in the playoffs. Last Monday night, Pittman scored that touchdown and fucked me. Can Kamara and Suckup stay under 30 and secure me a number 1? Yes, they can. Yeah, you gotta kind of stick a fork in the Ravens right now, like without Lamar. I mean, you were gonna have to have doubts realistically just with that receiving core. They need to get Lamar help, and they need to get Lamar receivers. And that's a conversation that organization is going to have within themselves. Like, are we going to be able to afford Lamar and afford receivers, or do we, let him go and let him go to a team where he's going to be able to that will pay him and will give him receivers, or that already has receivers built around. tough conversation. Um, Headlines, NFL headlines through the day. Baker Mayfield asked to be waived from Carolina. If you guys remember, he was wanting to try and work his way towards San Fran in the first place. Already has some familiarity with Christian McCaffrey. I know that Josh Johnson is signed to that practice squad. And I know that Purdy looked decent yesterday. If I'm San Fran, or if I'm like the Rams, I'm willing to take a shot on Baker Mayfield. He's probably better than any of the other guys that I have in the room currently. That would be healthy. Purdy looked great yesterday, but there was still some there's he's Mr. Irrelevant for a freaking reason, right? Is really what I'm trying to say there in regards to Purdy. You're one of these QB needy teams out there. A couple of teams needing a quarterback. You know, Baker's probably a guy that you just take a shot on, and you won't have to pay him a whole hell of a lot. Ravens are forced to pay Lamar. They have no other option at QB, and there are no good free agent QBs. Lamar has the leverage, especially after Watson and Wilson both suck ass and get hella money. But the Ravens, so like Ed Reed pointed out in regards to the situation, and I respect Ed Reed. This is an organization that does not do that. This is an organization that does not pay quarterbacks. They never have. They don't do big name quarterbacks. So I mean, you kind of have to look at the history there and ask yourself like, and that's all. And I believe that's another side of the equation as to why they didn't pay Lamar in the first place was you don't normally do that. Like that's just not who the Ravens are. Who's leading the MVP ladder right now? Lamar being out is not going to be him. Jalen Hurts with everything that he's done with Philadelphia makes a case. Tua has a case that can be made for him. Nobody's making a case for Mahomes, which is absolutely fucking insane. I feel like you got to really look at those guys. So like Hurts, just what he's done and how he's turned Philadelphia around. It's quite impressive. I mean, same thing with Tua. That's why the Bengals are the more complete team, even with a lesser defense. They have playmakers and elite QB and a much improved O-line, and that's what after yesterday, them beating the Chiefs, you have to give Cincinnati respect heading into the playoffs. Like you just have to. You have to look at that team. You can't overlook them. Just kind of depends on if they view Lamar as a generational talent. Fields is making Lamar look less special, similar playing style. Fields has been running his ass off, but I think that's also in part of the fact that like nobody else is around. Because you kind of say thing, with Jalen. Jalen like had to do like a lot of running around, making the plays on his legs before he was able to get an AJ Brown. Now he doesn't have to do like as much of that. He still does it, but not as much. It's kind of similar playing style almost. I would, me personally, I say you pay Lamar. Come to Washington, Lamar. We'll give you the bag. We probably can't afford it, but we'll figure out a way. If Lamar had someone like Hopkins, they would have won us exactly, because he would have managed the wins until Hopkins came back, and then once he had DeAndre, then they would have been able to just take off. Bills smart with Allen. Yeah, their Bills are perfectly fine sticking with Josh Allen. That's their franchise QB. He's the guy. you can never know what Washington's going to do. You never know. You never know what Washington's going to do. Like, yeah, that's how I view that. I could see them, yeah, trying to like bring in a veteran. Like, there's already rumors swirling that they'll, if Rodgers leaves Green Bay, that will pursue Rodgers. I'm just like, God, please, no, we don't need that in our press conferences. Yeah. If you think about it, the Ravens don't have jack shit. No, they don't. They don't even have an above average running back. No, they don't. So yeah. Another thing that I want to touch on. Transfer portals are already getting active. Colorado is loading up with stars, guys. Gino rolling with Tampa Bay tonight. They've seen enough to pick up Love's 20 mil 5th-year option, which they should. They should. I mean, you haven't even gotten a full season out of the kid like on an NFL field yet. You need to start seeing what he has. Oh, it definitely is. It definitely is Bills Mafia Rob. So obviously Dion Prime, he announced his son will be the QB for Colorado. We knew that was going to happen. Stroud was fucking terrible. Tied 121st in QBR. He was 7 for 8 TD interception ratio last year. He just stunk up the joint. Colorado, who was 1-11 last year in the Pac-12. They're going to be bringing in Sanders. It sounds like a 5-star recruit, Winston, out of IMG, the receiver, is going to be joining them as well. Travis Hunter is going to be joining them as well. Maurice Bell, who was Colorado's best receiver last season, he's gonna remain. He's gonna remain. He was in the transfer portal and then pulled out. So already this team is making some serious moves. Trey Sanders from Oklahoma is saying, "Hey, Unc, you got room for me," on Twitter. Like, we don't know what's going to happen with Shiloh yet. I'm going to assume that Shiloh is going to transfer as well to Colorado. I know that he has some ties there and some roots with JSU. He's really, established himself, being a part of the band and and then also the football team and such. Yet to see whether or not he'll stay, but it sounds like, but he'll probably transfer as well. It's going to be amazing. Hey, Gina, join us for the play-by-play of the game. If you guys pull out an upset, that'll be epic. And that when we do the play-by-play stream, it's going to be insane. I get Dion needed to change the culture of that Colorado program, but it was hella disrespectful for him to come out and say his son is going to be the QB. A lot of these kids' jobs will be gone. Oh, yeah. Bro, but that team also has like fucking 8 QBs. Okay, they may have like 6. But you got like 6 or 8 QBs. You started you played like 3 or 4 of them last season. All of them were terrible. All of them were terrible. None of them are even close to Shador's. Like none of them are even none of them are even close to Shador's fucking like status, right? Like Shador in his last 2 seasons, almost 6,500 yards. Like Shador threw for 36 TDs last year, so. And also, you got to get the ball rolling on this thing. Like this was a school that was 1-11 last year. So I mean, you gotta. Yeah. Oh, he went in there. He was like, bro, but to introduce yourself to the team and pretty much say 99% of y'all are ass. They should transfer as mad, bro. He let them know. It's like a little league coach putting his son in that picture. I mean, and people are going to view that way. But when your son is legitimately better, he did joke and he said, like, yeah, he's going to have to compete for it. Um, none of those, none of those kids that are currently there. Like McCown was like, yeah, I'm getting my ass in the transfer portal. Like he was like, he knew right away. He was like, I am not. He was like, I am not. He kept it real with those kids. He kept it real with them. And that's and that's what you should do. You know, these are grown ass men. You're 18 years old now. You can fucking enlist. Like you're a grown man now. Bro, a majority of that crowd at the meeting looked, oh, good. That school has an issue with a lot of partying, and just they're not. It's not a disciplined place. Like Boulder's just not. It's just not. Straight up, like those kids are constantly, you know, they're a bunch of frat kids always going, you know, they're the smashing beers on their head type of crew. They're the, oh, I'm on the football team, you know, type of guys. You need to get rid of that. You need to get rid of that. You need to bring this school up to prestige. Schools that are going out there and getting it done are performing at the highest level and have that work ethic and that dog. None of them kids have. I'm gonna be honest. If you go to CU, that means your parents have money. I mean, first off, you go to college. That's usually a fucking thing. But none of those kids have that dog in them. Like straight up, none of those kids have that dog in them. There is no I came from nothing type of spirit on that team. You know. So I mean, with that being said, and with that being stated, yo, if you don't got that dog in you, you're not really about it. And if someone that's from the mud is going to outwork you, that's what this game is all about. You know, so I'm excited. I'm excited to go to these games and cover this team, because they have sucked. They have been awful. So that's the biggest headline. Meant to ask, with Lamar out, should I keep the Steelers defense for next week? Yes. They weren't performing as the Baltimore Ravens that we've seen the last couple of seasons underneath Lamar. Like, they weren't exactly blowing teams out. They weren't exactly taking advantage of situations that teams were giving them. You know, this is a team that would get giant leads, and teams would be able to come back and close the gap on them. Excuse me. So now that they don't have Lamar, you are about to witness an offense that is going to fall completely to shambles. Completely to shambles. That last sip went down the wrong way. Expect it to look like the Ravens are falling off of a cliff, and expect them to. It's gonna be a train wreck. It's gonna be a train wreck. By the way, shout out to one of my favorite bars here in Colorado Springs, one of our new favorite spots here in town. Train wreck, pretty dope. They got like an indoor driving range in there and shit. It's pretty dope. Them boys yelling strong, disciplined, loyal, and dedicated back at him just to be gone in a week. I like that Maurice Bell. I like that Maurice Bell, who was the Buffs' best receiver, who was in before he was going to transfer before they had Prime. Now that they have Prime, and he was in that meeting. Now that they have Prime, he was like, "Oh, no, I'm staying now." Like, that's one of them. But he's one of them kids that like, he has that dog in him, though. You know, and he's willing to go out there and work for it. You know, so it's gonna. I'm excited because that culture and that change is coming here to my state. Like, I'm not a CU Buffs fan at all, But now I have I have a dog in the race. I have a little bit of fandom because of how much respect I have for Prime. You know, have these kids sitting front row seats? Hell yeah. Rate my DraftKings Showdown lineup: captain, uh, Bucks, Bucks defense, Chris Godwin, Olave, Kamara, Saints defense, Mike Evans. I think the Saints defense is going to be the detriment, possibly. I feel like this Bucks team goes off tonight. I just have this weird feeling that like the Saints just for some reason I have this weird feeling that like the Saints don't even like minutely show up. Um, Brady just looks ready. Like he's like, you know what? I got the bullshit behind me. It was a rough couple of games to start the season. It was a rough off season. Brady looks like he's like, ready. I don't. We have to remember that team also has Josh Johnson on the practice squad. And Purdy looked pretty good yesterday. I don't think that it's a foregone conclusion. But I think we do have to consider the possibility of the Rams, holding it down. Bucks win 26-24. Brady 200 yards, 2 TDs, 3 interceptions. Holy shit! 3 picks. No, Brady's gonna retire. He needs to retire. Regretting not playing Evans now that Lattimore is out, but we had no idea until today. It's fine. We're good. We got that 30-point cushion that we're going to work with. All right, and right now that's all that we can rely on. Career goes off has happened to me all year in these close matchups. Don't worry. Fucking Andy Dalton's at the helm. Nobody's going off. Bro, the Saints helmets and like uniform combo looks very Black Ranger-ish. Like, and if you know Power Rangers, you know which one I'm talking about. Like it was like the Gold Ranger. I think he was a Gold Ranger actually. RIP JDF. Brady down both starting tackles might be rough for both offenses. That touche. Best case scenario is Bucks go up by 2 possessions and force Dalton to pass. I could see that scenario very well. Very well. I see. So Steelers fans said right that he got Brady throwing the 3 picks. If anybody throwing 3 picks, is Dalton. Like I'd even be willing to bet Dolphin to throw 2. I think that the Bucks defense will be able to create opportunities for Brady. I have no faith in Andy Dalton. I am not a fan of Andy Dalton. I've never been a fan of Andy Dalton. Even when he was a Bengal, I was like, this dude's trash. Like, even when he was a Bengal, I was like, you're only good because of Ocho Cinco, my guy. We both know Red Rocket dink and dunks underneath the Kamara. But I don't think that Kamara is going to be able to pick up enough to cover that 30-point gap. Like, the Bucks defense is pretty sound. They're pretty disciplined. They're pretty good at football. So I see him getting stopped a lot in the backfield. So, all right. Game's about to start. Everybody head over to the play-by-play stream. All right, I'll be starting that stream up here in just about a couple of minutes. You already know the vibes. Y'all know the deal. Cheers. We're definitely going to be talking more football. I want to keep getting some topics flowing. I'll be having the homies pull up for that stream, so it's going to get lit. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. Dilly.
Welcome to Rumday Night Football with Rumboyz Fantasy Network.